This morning, we're learning more about a case involving a 3-year-old boy who died Tuesday after he was left in a hot car for hours. Now, this toddler was in the care of a contract employee with Alabama's Department of Human Resources, the state's Child Protective Services agency. CNN's Rafael Romo has more. Rafael?
Victor, the day the 3-year-old boy identified as Katorius Starks was allegedly left strapped inside the car was humid with temperatures ranging from 93 to 96 degrees during the 5 hours in the afternoon he was left alone. According to our own CNN meteorologist, those temperatures felt like 101 to 105 degrees with heat index values, not only considering the car the boy was in direct sunlight, as the family's attorney claims. According to officials and the family's attorney, a worker employed with a company contracted by the Alabama Department of Human Resources picked up the boy, who went by KJ, from daycare at 9 in the morning on Tuesday for a supervised visit with his father. The visit, they say, ended around 11:30 a.m., but instead of returning the boy to the daycare, the family's attorney says the contract worker made several personal errands with KJ buckled in a car seat in the back of her car. The attorney says the worker finally returned home by 12:30 p.m., parking her car and leaving the 3-year-old boy strapped inside the vehicle with all windows up and the car engine off. It was not until 5 hours later, Victor, around 5:30 in the afternoon, when the worker received a call from the daycare asking why the boy had not been returned, that she apparently realized what had happened. This, according to a timeline the attorney provided. 911 was called and KJ was pronounced dead at 6:03 p.m. This is how the boy's father told CNN affiliate WBTM he will remember his son.
Small, brilliant, bright little child. I'm talking about, when I say yeah, respectful. I'm talking about knew how to count, knew his colors. 3 years old. Knew all the animals. I'm talking about, he was very intelligent.
Yes, he was, bro. He was real nice and all that.
Like, he was just joyful.
I had an opportunity to speak with Courtney French, the family's attorney. He told me he spoke with the family about what they're going through right now, and they're understandably having a hard time coping with the loss of their child.
It's just hard to comprehend that you would leave a baby in a hot car and just have no recollection whatsoever that the baby's a 3-year-old child.
Especially when he in your custody because of things like this. So, nah, definitely more to this.
Is trapped in your car. He died a brutal death.
And that's fucked up.
CNN also obtained a statement from the Alabama Department of Human Resources.
I hope this bitch get life. I hope this bitch get life in prison forever. Sure what it's like to have that type of heart. Sure what that shit like.
Resources, a child in DHR custody, the statement reads, was being transported by a contract provider when the incident occurred. Due to confidentiality, DHR cannot comment further regarding the identity of the child or the exact circumstances. According to Kids and Car Safety, an organization dedicated to raising awareness about the dangers of hot cars for children and pets, this is the first hot car death to occur in Alabama this year and the 16th nationwide. Victor, now back to you.
So what happened? So what? We ain't gonna throw no news out on what happened to the lady. So we just gonna tell the story and not tell what happened to the cause of the story. That's why I don't. That's what I'm telling you, bro. That's why I don't be watching the news. That's why I don't be watching, because why would you get on the news and tell that part but don't tell nothing else. You don't tell nothing else. You don't say, oh well, she was apprehended and she was taken down to the jailhouse, to the police department, and held up in a in a room in custody for 8 hours. No, nothing. We just get that now. It's the end of the story. Yeah. Oh, that bitch get life forever if they don't give her the death penalty. Yeah, for sure. And I mean that. And I'm gonna look and I'm gonna figure out what happened to the story right here. Yeah. Cause I want to know what happened. Yeah, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. For sure, that's fucked up. Rest in peace to him, man. Rest in peace to that little kid. For sure. That shit don't make no sense, dog. That shit don't make no sense. That shit don't make no sense. For real. Tell you, boy, disgusting motherfuckers out here, boy. I just heard of some shit. I just heard of some shit the other day. I just heard of some shit the other day. Motherfuckers say, uh, they wherever they was at doing the video, y'all might have seen dude. He go to like the sundown towns and shit. Um, he went to one. The lady tell him it was some black kids that just moved down there from Alabama and or Texas or something like that. But I believe it was Alabama. Moved down there. They was in the lake. Some white boys had came by on the boat. But the kids had went too far and they was drowning. Say the white boys just sit there, laughed, and talked about it, and watched them die. Um, and it's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy the shit that 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 transpired behind these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then here we have it where we wonder why it's so much confusion, bro. Because we worried about the wrong thing. We worried about the wrong things out here. We worried about the wrong things out here. And then it's so crazy because when it's vice versa, now it's oh, now the sad story. He was the greatest. But he wanted to go to the MLB. He was the greatest high school and college baseball player on the field, and he was just such a great son and went fishing every other weekend. And nobody don't care about that shit, bro. Nobody don't care about that shit but y'all. I tell motherfucker, when your ass die, especially on shit like on some shit like that, nobody don't give a fuck about you but your family. And half of them probably really don't give a fuck about your ass either for real. Let's keep this shit 100. So don't get caught up thinking that this is what it is. It ain't that. This ain't that. For sure. That's your ass in one of them small, hick ass towns where everybody cricket. It, you don't work. You don't work in them big cities, in them big towns, and work like that.